Alright, so I'm gonna continue my modding story, but before I continue the story, I just want to say that this map right here, my god, it's so hard for me to like get a good game on this map. I don't know, I don't really know why. I think it's because I can never like find anyone on this map, and it can be a very annoying map to play at times because usually people like to get the shotguns and the mauler or whatever, and they just hide in the freaking building. They just camp all day and they can just pull off some ridiculously high KD, and it's just annoying. But anyways, I thought this game was pretty decent, especially that I don't really get a lot of kills on this type of map, and hope you guys enjoy, and I will continue the story. So I left off at the trigger aspect, and what a trigger is basically a specific event. Let's just say there's a house, right? And I go in that house and I want like some sort of ambush to happen when I enter that house. That's basically a trigger right there. It kind of helps you to create an event that you want in your game. They can be it can be very simple, but then again be very complicated at the same time. The trigger in World Map Editor is pretty much the more advanced side of it. Yeah, it's more of the advanced side of the editor or program. So simple stuff is like spawning a group of enemy for like the first 5 seconds, but a more complicated one is like spawning a group of enemy for the first 5 seconds and then force them to attack a specific target that you want, and it can be a lot more complicated. Let me think of some. I think the most complicated one that I know is a save and the load system. This is usually used for RPG games. What it does is that if you type in a specific code, let's just say I type in game save, and when I type in that in the little text box or whatever, it's gonna save the game. The game is basically gonna save it for me, and when the game is saved, it basically gives me a little code that I have to write down. So next time when I rehost the map, or the host rehosts the maps, I'll have to load that code in with a specific text code. I don't know, it could be like game code XYXV57 or whatever. Usually the game codes are pretty long, so yeah, it's better to write them down instead of try to memorize them. However, my cousin, he actually did this code for one of my RPG games that a friend and I tried to make. We never really finished it because it was probably the hardest hardest game that we've done, because it was a big project compared to other maps that I've done or other maps that he'd done. The code took my cousin around 1 hour long. Yeah, it took him that long, and not only that, we still had like problems and glitches and all that stuff. So yeah, it's usually if you gonna do something like that, you should be like very good with the map editor thingy. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the trigger aspect. I guess I'll talk to you about my RPG game. I basically worked on the items, the heroes. Wait, not the heroes, the classes, like certain classes and all that stuff. I also worked on the enemies, I worked on the bosses, and I worked on a lot of stuff. I mean, I think I've created like maybe over 80 different type of enemies, and the items, I created so many items. I think I remembered that I almost created like around 300 items, and let me tell you, it was really annoying because I was running out of like vocabulary words. I had to search them up on dictionary.com because I was pretty much repeating the same words like sword, like ice sword or whatever and all that stuff. I needed new vocabs, man, because 300 items is a lot, trust me. And I was still like, I think my main goal, I wanted like around 350, but I was running out of ideas. Like, I couldn't think of anything what to make and all that stuff. So that was my yeah, my little RPG with a friend that we made. We made so many different type of versions because we kept testing it for glitches and bugs and all that stuff. I don't know what was the latest version, but it never got released. The the other map, Utilica 2, that one was released. I made a lot of different versions for patches to make the game more playable, more smoother, more balanced. I forgot what was the latest one. I think it was 1.10b or something, and that's pretty much the last patch I made because the map file that I have, it's corrupted. I don't know why. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I think it's pretty balanced for what I've did. I just basically fixed some of the problems that I couldn't stand in the game and added in some new units. So yeah, that was my modding story pretty much, and I pretty much don't mod any more games because I don't have the time to do it, and I don't really want to pre-plan the whole game and think what I want to do and all that stuff. Instead, what's up guys? I just wanted to say this because I had to edit what I just said last time. I messed up what I was trying to say. I was trying to say that the little poem I'm creating is basically a game. If I ever try to get big with my little book, or some unknown video game publisher want to hire me to make my book turn into a video game, because my book is heavily inspired by a lot of first-person shooters I play, and that's what I pretty much want to talk about. Anyways, I will talk more about the book in the future. Later.